There's something about warm food that speaks to the soul before it ever reaches the stomach. A bowl of soup on a rainy evening, fresh bread breaking open to release its steam, rice soft and fragrant beneath your hands. These moments are more than meals. They are memories, medicine, and comfort disguised as flavor. When life feels heavy, we don't crave salads or smoothies. We crave warmth. The kind that fills not just the body, but the spaces inside us that words can't reach. Comfort eating. The phrase often carries guilt, as if soothing yourself through food is weakness. But what if it's wisdom? What if, long before psychology named it, your body already understood that temperature, texture, and taste can calm chaos? Because the truth is, the craving for warm food isn't gluttony. It's communication. It's your nervous system asking for safety. The human brain was built to seek warmth, literally and emotionally. For our ancestors, warmth meant survival. Fire was food, shelter, connection. The smell of cooking signaled safety. It meant night had been conquered, hunger tamed. To this day, when you hold a warm cup or eat something that radiates heat, your body remembers. Your brain releases oxytocin, the same hormone that flows through touch and trust. You're not just eating, you're recreating security. This is why the foods we call comfort foods are rarely cold or raw. They're soups, stews, baked goods, porridges, slow-cooked, familiar, tender. They tell your nervous system, you're safe now. Each spoonful becomes a signal to your vagus nerve, lowering your heart rate, softening muscle tension, quieting the chatter of stress. Warm food doesn't just fill you, it grounds you. Think about it. When you're heartbroken, you don't crave a smoothie. You crave tea, pasta, something that feels like an embrace. That's because warmth and care are deeply linked in your brain's wiring. Long before you could name emotions, warmth meant being held, being fed, being loved. It's the original comfort signal, the first language you ever understood. Scientists call it affective conditioning. Every time warmth paired with love, safety, or kindness in your past, your brain stored it. Now, when life feels uncertain, it replays that pattern. Warm food becomes shorthand for comfort. The flavor is only part of the story. The real craving is for belonging. But there's also chemistry beneath the poetry. When you eat warm food, your core body temperature rises slightly. That rise stimulates serotonin, the neurotransmitter that calms anxiety and elevates mood. It's why a hot meal feels satisfying beyond hunger. It's also why people who eat more warm, cooked meals often report better digestion and sleep. The body loves consistency. Heat signals predictability, something stress often steals. And digestion itself thrives on warmth. The stomach is like a small cauldron. It breaks food down with acid and motion, processes nutrients, and fuels every cell. When we eat cold or rushed meals, we disrupt that fire. But when we eat warm, mindfully, slowly, we align with our own biology. Blood flow to the gut increases. Enzymes activate fully. Nutrients absorb better. You feel lighter, not because you ate less, but because your system worked in harmony. Comfort eating, in its purest form, is not about escape. It's about returning to a state of safety through the senses. The problem begins only when we chase comfort unconsciously, using food to numb rather than to nurture. There's a difference between eating for warmth and eating to avoid what's cold inside us. One heals, the other hides. The psychology of comfort eating is built on the brain's reward circuit. Dopamine, serotonin, endorphins. Sweet, fatty, and warm foods trigger these pathways because they once meant survival. In scarcity, calorie-dense foods kept us alive. Today, even when the danger is emotional, the brain still turns to its oldest survival strategy. Find warmth, find energy, find relief. But what the brain craves isn't the sugar or fat itself. It's the feeling they used to bring. That temporary exhale of safety. And when life doesn't offer that feeling naturally, food becomes the substitute. That's why so many emotional eaters say, "I know I'm not hungry, but I just need it." What they're really saying is, "I need comfort, and this is the fastest way I know." The key isn't to shame that instinct. It's to understand it, to turn comfort eating from reaction to ritual. Instead of suppressing the craving, you can redesign it. Next time the urge hits, don't reach for whatever's near. Pause. Ask, what kind of warmth do I need right now? Sometimes it's soup. Sometimes it's a call. Sometimes it's rest. If you do eat, make it sacred. Turn off distractions. Warm your meal with intention. Smell it before you taste it. Let your body register every sensory detail. That mindfulness transforms comfort food from escape to medicine. When you eat consciously, the brain integrates the experience. It remembers the safety. The craving quiets sooner. Warm food also affects hormones beyond serotonin. It balances cortisol, the stress hormone, by signaling calm. It supports thyroid function, which governs metabolism and mood. It even slows the release of ghrelin, the hormone that triggers hunger. That's why warm meals often leave you more satisfied than cold ones, even when the calories are the same. Your brain measures comfort, not just in numbers, but in temperature. There's a cultural wisdom in this too. Nearly every traditional cuisine prioritizes warmth, not as fashion, but as philosophy. In Ayurveda, warm food balances vata, the cold energy of anxiety and restlessness. In Chinese medicine, the digestive system is seen as a fire that must stay stoked. Even in Western folk tradition, people spoke of keeping the inner hearth strong during winter. These were metaphors for vitality, but they weren't wrong. Modern science is catching up. Warmth truly regulates the parasympathetic nervous system, improves circulation, and restores focus. Maybe that's why family meals, across generations and continents, often involve something steaming. Rice, broth, stew. Warmth gathers people. It slows them down long enough to talk, to connect, to digest both food and feeling. Our ancestors intuitively understood what modern life forgets. Digestion isn't just physical, it's emotional. When you eat warm food, you don't just digest nutrients, you digest the day. The act itself becomes grounding. It pulls you from your head back into your body. That's why after a long day, even something simple, a bowl of rice, tea, warm milk, feels like healing. It's not about the flavor, it's about the temperature of care. Of course, warmth can become a trap too. If we rely only on food to find safety, the habit can dull our awareness. We start chasing the feeling instead of facing the cause. But awareness changes everything. Once you know what comfort eating truly means, you can begin to diversify your sources of warmth. Conversation, sunlight, breath, movement. Food then becomes one of many ways to come home, not the only one. It's fascinating how even holding a warm mug can shift perception. Studies show that people holding a warm drink rate others as more trustworthy, more kind. Warmth literally changes how we see the world. So when you reach for soup instead of chips, you're not just eating better, you're retraining your brain towards softness. We live in a culture that glorifies control, counting calories, suppressing cravings, labeling foods as good or bad. But comfort food resists that rigidity. It invites you to feel, to slow down, to connect with the body as a source of wisdom, not warfare. That's its real power. And let's be honest, comfort eating is often memory eating. The warmth of your mother's cooking, your grandmother's bread, the first time you sat with friends over a steaming meal. Those memories become recipes written in the nervous system. When you recreate them, you're not just eating nostalgia, you're reactivating love. Food is the language of memory, and warmth is its punctuation. That's why comfort eating is rarely about what's on the plate. It's about what's missing in the moment. A hug, a pause, a sense of being held. And warm food fills that gap, if only temporarily. But temporary comfort isn't failure. It's a bridge. It carries you until deeper healing arrives. Still, there's a way to transform comfort into growth. Instead of resisting cravings, refine them. Choose whole ingredients, real warmth, mindful preparation. Replace processed indulgence with nourishment that still soothes. A bowl of lentil soup instead of instant noodles. A cup of chamomile instead of soda. This isn't restriction, it's evolution. It's learning to meet your emotional needs with food that honors your body instead of burdens it. Because your body listens to everything you eat. It remembers patterns. It knows when warmth comes with love or with shame, and it responds accordingly. The more you eat with care, the more your body learns that safety isn't a reward. It's a birthright. When people talk about comfort food, they often imagine guilt. But true comfort has no guilt in it. Real comfort heals. It steadies the heart rate, balances the gut, restores serotonin. It leaves you peaceful, not bloated or numb. The difference isn't the recipe, it's the relationship. So the next time you crave something warm, don't push it away. Ask what part of you needs soothing. Maybe your stomach is cold from skipped meals. Maybe your heart is tired from overthinking. Maybe your spirit just wants to be held. Let food hold you, but also hold yourself. Eat slowly. Taste everything. Let the warmth spread not just through your belly, but through your breath, your thoughts, your pace. Let it remind you that life, like soup, is meant to be savored, not rushed. When you finish, sit for a moment in stillness. Notice how your body feels. Heavier, yes, but grounded, calm. That's not just digestion, that's presence. That's what your brain was craving all along. Comfort eating isn't a flaw, it's a doorway. When you walk through it consciously, it leads back to balance. When you walk through it blindly, it becomes a loop. The difference is mindfulness. Warm food heals because it mirrors what we long for most. Warmth in life itself, connection, safety, home. Every bowl, every sip, every bite becomes a reminder that comfort isn't out there somewhere. It's something you can create, one mindful meal at a time. So next time you sit with a warm dish, don't think of it as indulgence. Think of it as ceremony, a ritual of return, an invitation to slow down and meet yourself again. Because sometimes healing doesn't start with meditation or therapy. It starts with soup. It starts with warmth. It starts with saying, I'm here, I'm listening, I'm allowed to feel better. Keep eating with awareness, keep feeling with courage, and keep finding warmth in what's real. This is Vital Dynasty.